Hello guys, I'm Fine93 and it's that time of the year where I make another cringy and hard to watch video. For today's episode I want to show you all of the mob switches for every dimension, but firstly I want to show you the main storage I've been working for the past 2 months. So I've been playing in this world for like 7 years, maybe more now, and I never had a main storage with all of the blocks, and I finally decided to make one. And I want to show you what I've got so far. So currently I have only chests and labels, block labels, no hoppers or redstone actual sorting system. And yeah, currently this is the layout. At this site we will have all of the wood types, all of the wood variants like planks, stairs, slabs and fences. And on the other side we'll have the other wood related items like leaves and saplings, also items that are crafted out of wood. Also here we will have the colored blocks like the concrete powder, the actual concrete, the wool and the glass on the last row. On the other side we have the terracotta blocks, the glazed terracotta, the dice, and on the last row I'll probably put the carpet. On the other side here we have mostly building blocks. Again on the first row we have the full blocks, then we have the stairs, then we have slabs, and on the fourth row we have pillars, but currently only two types of blocks have pillar variants, so I'm mostly using the fourth row for random blocks. You can see it's pretty random. Here we have the nether related blocks. We have lots of nether brick. We have a good amount of red nether brick, lots of nether wood blocks, and we have a decent amount of netherrack. Here we have the end related items, blocks like the end stone and the end stone brick. Here we have the prismarine blocks. Here we have the stone types. The dirt types. And here we have the regular terracotta and regular glass. They kinda don't fit into the color categories. Also here we have the gravity blocks, the light sources, and yeah, those are the building blocks. On the other side we have the redstone components. So for the labeling of the storage I wanted to use blocks and items that can be placed in the world. I didn't really want to use lots of item frames. And also when you open some of the chests, the components trigger, like the pistons. I think it works like with the iron trapdoor. It closes too fast. The lamp. Also I want to show you this. So I've been watching Nessie from the Duct server on Twitch, and they were making a stray farm, and they were removing some some bedrock with Dragon Eggs, and then they were blowing up the Dragon Eggs with TNT. And I noticed he had a cool texture for the TNT block. So I went to the Duct Discord and I asked Nessie if he can give me a link to the texture so I can use it. And he was a nice guy and gave me a link. And now I have cool TNT texture. It has this Arabic text. It's kind of fitting because those Arab guys like to use TNT as much as me. Pretty nice. And I can't place the actual TNT block because when I open this chest or this, well, maybe not this one, when I open this chest it will get triggered. Maybe I can swap them around, place the piston here and place the actual TNT block, and it probably won't get triggered. I'm not sure. Better not test it in the actual world. Okay. Also, I decided to put the nether brick fence and the stone fence here because they kinda come in handy when you come in use when you make TNT dupers, so they kind of fit the redstone category. Also here next to the redstone we have the valuable blocks like the ores, redstone ore, lots of redstone, diamonds, lots of diamond ore from all of the perimeters I did. And we have lots of quartz ore. On the second row we have the full blocks. And on the third row we have the actual items. And this is another cool texture. So a guy on Reddit made a texture that turns all of the ore items into ingots. So now I have a diamond ingot and a redstone ingot. Pretty nice. And it's just a texture. You can use it like it's regular redstone dust. Pretty cool. And on this side we'll have a map area of different places in the world. This is the perimeter we are currently in. This here is the slime farm. Next to it is the spider farm, but it's not finished yet. Here on this side we have the ant island. And this is another big map art I'm making. It's like 2x6. It's pretty big, but it's flat, so it's a bit easier to build. And let me show you the actual perimeter. So the perimeter is mostly taking all my time. The storage not that much. I just placed one evening a couple of chests, and yeah. So there are like 6 panels on each side, and there are in total 24 panels. So I wanted to have a different like symbol on every panel, but I kinda scrapped that idea. Then I decided to make all the zodiac signs, but they are only 12 and I have 24 panels. I could have maybe probably went with two signs for every zodiac sign, 2 panels I mean, but I don't know, I was kinda lazy and I just went with only one symbol, which is the scorpion, and it's kind of fitting because the whole perimeter is kind of like it has this desert temple theme to it. And yeah, all the panels are done now. All the scorpions are done. I just have to make the corners. I've made one corner. I have to build 3 more for that side, and for the other side. And also remake that top part of the panels. That's the design I'm going with. This has to be changed, and for the center of the sides, I'll probably make some giant statues of some warriors or something like that. I still don't have a design. That's going to be a big project to come up with a design for that. And yeah, that's the perimeter. Now let me show you the mob switches. Okay guys, we're here at spawn, and this is my control panel, which I use to activate different machines in the world. We have a lever for the perma-loader, for the hostile mob switch, and we have a lever for the OR RNG manipulation. So I wanted to make a video for these two projects, the perma-loader and the RNG manipulation, but they are not like 100% finished. So expect that video in the future. But now let's fly to the hostile mob switch, and let's try to land. Okay. So this is the mob switch. So I've seen different servers use rails to move in and out the chokers. I kind of went with a different method. I'm using pistons to push them in and out, and I'm also using this cool trick that the droppers and observer have. You can both power them, and any piston attached to them will also get powered, but this powering also can be detected by the observers, and we can make a nice chain that goes all the way up. So you can't do this with any normal block, only with the dropper and I suppose the dispenser, because they are kind of similar. And the hostile mob cap for a single player is like 70 mobs, but I have 72, one extra to have the mob switch to actually function, because you need one extra. If you have exactly 70 mobs, you still get like maybe 5 or 10 mobs around you, and I have 72 for aesthetic purposes. So I have a nice square structure and not some random choker pointing out of the building. And yeah, this is the mob switch. You can probably tell how it works. It's not really complicated. And also on the other side we have the same contraption, but this is a passive mob switch with piggies. It works the same, and again I have 2 extra for aesthetic purposes. I probably don't need a passive mob switch for a single player world, but it's easy to build and I guess nice to have. And yeah, this is the overworld mob switch. Next I'll show you the nether mob switch. Okay guys, so this is the nether mob switch. Again we have 72 chokers, and we are using a villager loader to load all these chokers. The villager loader is above the bedrock, and I kinda wanted everything to be at one place. Kinda wanted the villager loader to be here and the shulkers be next to him, but I realized those villager loaders need like doors, and I think the doors need access to skylight, so they can be valid. But I'm not really sure. Maybe the villager loader just needs doors. It doesn't matter if they are valid. But I built it above the bedrock to be safe. I might move over the shulkers up the bedrock, or move the villager down and remove some bedrock, so the doors have skylight. And yeah, this is the mob switch. Now let me show you how it looks above. Okay guys, so this is the villager that loads the chunks for the shulkers. So he loads this here chunk, and then we use hoppers to load 5x5 area around him. So we get a central entity processing chunk, so this guy can continue processing and work. I mean, at least that's how I understand the whole villager loaders. I'm no expert. And yeah, I think also the shulkers are below this here chunk. And I also try to make it look nice and clean. Try to make the wiring look decent. But it's functional, so that's all I care about. Doesn't matter how it looks like, it just needs to work. Pretty cool. There are probably better ways to do the wiring. Like I said, I'm not the best technical player, I'm mostly a builder. And yeah, that's the Nether mob switch. Okay guys, so we're here in the end, and this is the end mob switch. Again, we have 72 shulkers and a villager loader, but sadly this mob switch currently doesn't work because there's this thing with villager loaders that they stop working if you have too many villagers in one dimension. They stop being registered by the game or something like that. Again, I don't know the exact mechanics behind the villager loaders. And yeah, I have to look into another solution, another way to load the chunks. I know there are like piston loaders and beacon loaders. I have to put one of those, and it will probably start working. And also the wiring again is like the end mob switch, pretty much the same. But I wanted to do some decorating here. I was thinking of maybe going with I wanted to make it look like maybe a space station or something like that, to have like solar panels on attached to the wiring on those there and those there, and central building here where the shulkers are, with lots of antennas and maybe some pipes and maybe some other smaller building. And yeah, make it look like a spaceship or a space station, something like that. And yeah, these are the mob switches. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.